We are bringing you continuing coverage tonight of the issue on racial diversity in the Rochester Public School District. You may remember that yesterday we found the racial and ethnic demographics of Rochester Public School teachers are vastly different from the students in their classrooms. Today, KIMT News 3's Annalise Johnson is looking at the racial makeup of RPS teachers compared to the rest of the state. She joins us live in the Rochester studio. Annalise.
Amy, here's a look at the racial and ethnic makeup of Rochester Public School students. Almost 40% of students have a racial or ethnic identity other than white, while around 60% are white. Comparatively, around 96% of Rochester Public School teachers are white, with only 3% being people of color. These numbers were provided by the Rochester Public School District. But while the racial demographic of Rochester teachers doesn't even come close to matching that of its students, I'm finding this is not an issue only found in Rochester. According to a 2017 report from the Minnesota Department of Education, around 96% of Minnesota teachers are white, and a little more than 4% have a different racial or ethnic identity. I spoke with the Chief Academic Officer and Assistant Commissioner at the Minnesota Department of Education and asked them if it is realistic to expect the racial demographics of students and teachers to match.
I think it's realistic to say that this has to be long-term work and a long-term priority. And I don't think it's realistic to say that it would never happen.
There is hope for growing diversity in Minnesota schools. While only about 4% of Minnesota teachers are people of color, a Minnesota Department of Education report of teacher supply and demand from 2017 shows that almost 8% of newly licensed teachers in the 2015-2016 school year were people of color, which is about double the current percentage. Live in the Rochester studio, Annalise Johnson, KIMT News 3.
Thank you very much, Annalise. The Minnesota Department of Education tells us that more diverse teachers are found in the metropolitan area, and it tends to be more difficult for schools in rural areas to have a diverse staff.